our MetaTrader 4. You have downloaded your MetaTrader 4. We need to be snappy today because the professional class is supposed to be holding simultaneously, but I had to take an excuse to come here. So we'll have just less than an hour to wrap up this. There's so many things to do today. Oh, great. So we'll have a quite number of people who have downloaded. If you haven't, there's a short video on the WhatsApp pages that you are on that was dropped not too long ago, giving you clear direction on how to download MetaTrader 4 on your phone, right? I'll be using that today, right? So I will be discussing a simple strategy that you all can use to make some money off the market, irrespective of what you want to trade, right? So I want you to whip off your phone now. I'll unshare the screen of my laptop and we'll go straight to the phone. And I'm going to tell you how to install some things we call indicators on your phone. But before then, I'll quickly give an analogy that I usually would give in a time like this. I'll quickly give that analogy, use that to get your attention, and then we'll move on into what we basically have for today. Right, so let's go there. Just 1 minute, please. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give a slight analogy and why we need those things I want you to put on your phone, right? Why do we need them? That's what I'll be taking you through. So now, let's have this scenario, two scenarios here, and I want you to listen properly. So you have Mr. A, right? And you have Mr. B. And they are both into the business of selling cement. They are both into the business of selling cement. Coincidentally, they all have $1,000, 1,000 bags of cement. They all have 1,000 bags of cement in their warehouse, right? 1,000 bags of cement in their warehouse. This bag of cement was bought initially at a price of 2,000 naira per bag, right? Then Mr. A has another friend, Mr. F. And Mr. F works in a cement company. He put a call through to Mr. A and informed Mr. A that because of the COVID-19 pandemic and there's so many things happening, our company has decided that from next week, Monday, this bag of cement will now be going for 1,500 at the factory, right? Remember, Mr. A and B used to buy it at the factory at 2,000 with the hope of selling it at 2,200. If you take out the 2,000, they were planning to make a profit of 200 each. But now they have an information that the price of cement in the factory by Monday, and today is Thursday, will drop to 1,500. That information was given by Mr. F to Mr. A. Now my question to you, if you are Mr. A, what will you do to the 1,000 bags of cement in your warehouse? Go to the chat box now and tell me, what will you do to the bags of cement in your warehouse? What will you do to it now, before Monday? Somebody said, I'll sell a SAP. Is that what you do? Somebody said, I will not sell. Somebody said, I will sell. I'll give them up for sale. Yes, I need more answers. Sell. Sell at 2,000. Right. Sell off. Sell at cost price. Very good. At discount. Thank you. Sell. Quickly sell them off, not to lose money. Thank you very much. Sell off, sell off, sell before Monday, sell at discount. Those are the answers I'm getting. I will sell at 2,000. Thank you so much. So I can already see that we have a lot of people who will be very good traders in this room, right? You will be selling. Now, watch this scenario. Somebody said, I will sell at cost price of 2,000. So Mr. A decides to sell at 2,000. Mr. A decides to sell at 2,000. In fact, Mr. B was surprised that Mr. A was selling at 2,000 with all the transportation costs and everything. So Mr. B came to Mr. A and bought 200 bags extra to add to his own. And he now had 1,200. And those 200 bags, he bought it at 2,000. Right. So by Wednesday next week, who would have lost money amongst A or B? Between A and B, who would have lost money? In the chat box again, your answer. Who would have lost money? A or B? A or B? Thank you so much. B would have lost money. B would have lost money. Why? Because by Monday, the price per bag would have dropped to 1,005, and he can no longer sell it at even 2,000 to his customers, right? You need to be selling it at 1,700, and now you would have lost 300. Now, another question before we go to our phone. What made the difference between Mr. A and B? What made the difference between A and B? What was the different thing? What was the difference between A and B? Somebody say information. Somebody say info. Information. Insider information. Information is the difference between A and B. Relationship. He had an information, ability to follow up with the market. Thank you very much. The info you got from a friend, prompt information, whatever the name you want to put it. If somebody's an informant. Yes, he had information. A had information. The information that A had was what set him out for success, right? Information. Now, one more drill before we move up. When Mr. A heard that the price was going to drop, what did he do? He sold, right? If Mr. A has heard that the price of cement in the factory was going to go up to 2,005 and it used to be 2,000 before, he would have gotten some money and buy more. So when there's going to be a rise in price, you simply buy. And I'm sure you've been told in this class before that as a trader, you buy low and you sell high, right? That's the way you make money if you're a trader, right? You go and buy yam where the price is low. Then you go to where the price is high and you sell it and make a profit from the difference, right? But you need to be able to have an information that can tell you, you need to be able to get something that can give you an information that price will either rise or drop. The fact you need to know is this: price is never too high. Price is never too high. What you need to understand is that you need to know when it is going to be too high for a particular location or too high for a particular environment or too high for a particular condition. So I'll give you this illustration. If you live in Oshodi, right, you can walk down to one market and buy a pair of slippers, right? You can buy a pair of slippers, maybe just the slip-on shoe. You can buy it at 1,000 naira and you live there happy, right? If you move forward a little and go to some other bigger areas of Lagos, let's even say you just go to GRA, right? And you enter one boutique. This one now, you bought it, you know, in the night when they used to hit ring bell in the night. on the street, you bought it at 1,000. If you go to GRA, you buy these same slippers, right? And you'll be buying it at 2,000, and you'll be comfortable with it. The people buying it at 2,000, they don't see it as one big deal, right? If you go to VI and enter one boutique, you buy these same slippers again, they can buy it at 3,000 naira. And both the guy at Oshodi is happy, the guy in GRA is happy, the guy on VI too is happy, right? All of them are happy. So what am I trying to say? Price is neither too high nor too low. What matters is the information you have that can help you take it from one level to the other so that you can make profit, right? Now, how do we get those information as traders? With the MetaTrader 4 that we have downloaded, how do we get that information? I'm taking you now straight to the phone. So if you have your phone, whip up your phone. We are going to I'm going to give you something you need, something you put on that will let you know when price might be too high or when price might be too low, or when you need to buy or when you need to sell. And I want you to follow me. I'll be going very slowly, but not too slow because we don't have the whole of the time, right? I believe you must. Yeah, those of you using laptop, I will also show you, but let's start with the mobile device first, right? I'll show those people using the laptop too, right? Show you how to do that, right? So the first thing you need to do is open your MetaTrader 4. You've got to open your MetaTrader 4. Right, yesterday I was having a practical class with those in the professional class, and I told them to sell Euro USD, that I was very positive that Euro USD was going to sell. And here Euro USD is selling with a profit of $109, and you can see it right there on your screen. But that's not what we're discussing today. How did we arrive at the fact that the price was going to drop? Remember, when price is going to drop, we sell. When price is going to go up, we buy. So how did we get the information that price of this particular pair, in this case, this is Forex, you can use this to trade anything that is going to drop? How did we get that information? And that's what I'm going to show us. So this is when you open your MT4 for the first time with your MetaTrader 4, this is what you see, right? This is what you basically see. You basically see this screen, right? What I need you to do is that you go up here, you notice one plus sign at the top towards the right. Up there, you notice one plus sign. You click on it. When you click on it, you find things like Forex, you find commodities, you find whatever you find. Just click open, right? And just touch on, look at this China 50. Once I touch on it now, it will disappear. You see, if I touch on the other ones too, they will all disappear. Where are they disappearing to? They are coming to this main chart. Right now, if I scroll down, you can see my China 50 there, right? You can see my China 50, the fourth to the last there, right? You can see China 50, the fourth to the last on my screen, right? So what are the things we can trade? We can trade, as you can see them, Aussie 200, China 50, VIX, US 30, that is the topmost 30 companies on Wall Street, UK 100, now German 30. You can trade wheat. I'm sure you can see wheat there. You can trade wheat. You can trade sugar, right? That's wheat, sugar. You can trade soybean. You can trade natural gas. You can trade gasoline if you want to. Of course, there is gas, there is cotton. You can trade copper, right? Coffee and the like. Yeah, you can't see it because maybe you are using a different broker, right? There are some brokers that are specific to only Forex. So the only thing you'll be seeing is Forex related pairs, right? The only thing you'll be seeing is Forex related pairs. Can you see my screen? Yeah, you can see my screen. Right, in this case, in this particular broker, which we asked you to open with, which is Infinox, you can trade all of those things. Those of you who are science students, you know that gold is AU, and you can see XAU there, right? You can see XAU right here, right? That is, you can trade gold. Of course, if you are a science student, you also know that AG is silver. So again, you can trade silver. All of those can be traded, right? And you can, of course, trade currencies of different countries. Now, to the downside of my screen, after that first one that looks like double arrow, one pointing upwards and one pointing downwards, don't worry about the broker. Follow this class. At the end, you can get brokers. Brokers are many. Just follow so that you don't miss anything, right? The next thing you can see there is something that looks like black and white and black, bars. Just click on them. It takes you to a chart, right? It takes you to something that looks like this. It might look different in yours, but this is the way it looks in mine. I'm going to delete all of this now, and this is where we're going to do some work today. So I'm deleting all of this. This is where we're going to do some work today, right? So very good. Now, the first thing you need to do, look up on that screen. You see an F button. You will see an F button. The first one looks like something like a cross. The second one looks like an F. Click on that F button. Click on it. Once you click on it, I want you to scroll down, right, until you find moving average, right? Look at the moving average up there, moving average under trend. You can see that. Just click on that moving average. Click on it. And the first thing you're going to do is that you're going to change the period to 13. It could be whatever in yours, but you need to change it to 13. You need to change the period to 13, right? Your shift is going to be 0. Your method will be simple, as you can see on my screen, and the apply will be to close. The apply will be to close. Then you can choose any color you want. For the purpose of this class, let's choose blue for 13. And once you are done with that, look up your screen, you see that word done. Just click on done. Now you can see on my screen, you can see a blue line on my screen, right? Now, the next thing we're going to do is you're going to press on that F button up again. The F button that you can see up, go and click on it again. You click on it again, and you see an F plus to the right-hand side up there. You notice an F plus. Click on that F plus again, right? Go back to that same moving average that you pressed before. You selected before. Press moving average. Now, instead of 13, I want you to change the number there to 50. So instead of 13, change it to 50, 50, right? Then come down to the color. Instead of blue, change it to red, right? So we have red. Change it to red, and now press done. I believe we are following. Now we have two things on our chart. We have a blue and a red. A blue and a red on my chart. Now I want to ask you a question. You notice that presently on the screen, there was a particular time when the blue crossed over the red. When the blue crossed over the red, right? When those Inside that chart, you can see some black lines and white line that looks like some pencil, right? The white ones and the black ones. The black ones are telling you that price is coming down, and the white ones are telling you that price is going up. Now, I want to ask a question. Madam Joy say, I'm lost. You are not lost. You are sitting in your house. It's just that I don't understand what is happening. You watch the video again, you will get it. Right? So let's look at that. So you have the blue crossing over the red. Now I want to ask a question. At that point where the blue started crossing over the red, what happened to those bars? Those bars of red and black and white, they represent price going up or down. So at that point where the blue crossed over the red, was the price going up? After then, did the price go up or did the price come down? I want you to put it in the chat box. Did price go up or the price come down? Put it in the chat box, please. Up or down? Just put up or down in the chat box. Anyone? Did price go up or did price come down? Price went up. Thank you so much. I'm very happy that many of you are following. Bami, how did you say down? Price went down. Those of you asking for the settings, don't worry. When I go to that of laptop, you will get it so that I can cover a lot of things. It's already halfway up our class, right? Yours is Euro USD. Price went down, no problem. Answer the question based on what is here, Dr. Pira, right? So based on what you can see on my screen is NZD card. What you can see on my screen is NZD card. When those two moving averages, MAs, when they crossed, what happened? Price went up. So now we are using these two lines as Mr. F in our proverbial story when we started that gave information to Mr. A. Whenever these two lines cross, we will be buying that product, whether it is cocoa, whether it is, in fact, let's change this. This is NZD card. Somebody says one is Euro USD. So let's click on Euro USD. Remember, I told you we're selling Euro USD, right? So notice what happened. Why was I selling Euro USD? Because the blue crossed the red to the downside. Let's take it to another time frame that you can get it even clearly, right? You can see the blue crossed the red to the downside, and that was why we were selling the Euro USD, right? Now, also let's look at another item. Say we don't want to trade this. Let's say we want to trade coffee. We are trading coffee. We are trading coffee right now. Just focus on what is on my screen. What is on your screen? The product on your screen may not be the same to the product on my screen. You need to understand what I'm doing in my own screen to understand what is happening, right? Focus on my screen. On my screen right now, based on the information that this thing is giving us, what should we be doing on my screen? Should we be buying coffee or selling coffee? Based on what you can see on my screen now, what should we be doing to coffee? Buying or selling? Ladies and gentlemen, what should we be doing to coffee based on the information on my screen right now? Buying or selling? Selling. Thank you. Let's go to gold. Let's go to gold. Let's go to gold. Right? We were in a meeting earlier on today with Mr. Shola where I bought gold. I got out too early and it was very painful because the gold was just buying and going, right? So let's look at gold. You too, when I call a particular so we are presently looking at gold. Oh, the network went off briefly. I believe it will connect me.
Hello, Bishop, are you there? Hello, Bishop. Let me see. Is it general? Okay, it's this network. Okay, so okay, but that means you can hear me, right? Okay, all right. It's gonna come back. Okay, awesome, awesome. So it's not a. It's gonna come back on it. All right. So but I believe we are picking. Is taking it slowly so that we can all get the grasp of the training. I can assure you, if you didn't get it, you will, if you go watch it again, you know, if he has to go back and go back and go back, he may not be able to cover this. And the objective is to teach us simple strategy that whether you attend the advanced class or not, according to our promise, you should be able at least to play with this thing on your demo account and take trades also. So that's why it's taking the time. So you can just go watch it again and get the details. Let me see if it's on again. Wow, that network should not do this at this moment. We were on a meeting for almost 6 hours this morning on this Zoom, and it did not. Let's see. I hope it comes up soon. Let me see. Issue. Wow. Okay, let's just hold on a bit. I'm sure you'll be trying to connect also. All right. So just to carry on a little bit before it comes on, for those of us that there was a video that was posted in the chat box. That's for those people uh, that have not downloaded the MetaTrader 4. If you've not downloaded the MetaTrader 4, that video gave a kind of illustration. It was done by Bishop himself also, how you can download the MetaTrader 4. So if you have not, please go through that video. It's in the group chat. Go through that video and get it downloaded. All right. Wow. Bishop. Sorry. Okay, somebody's asking me whether there's space for the advanced class. Quickly, we have some people who paid for the advanced class and they have not, they just paid, they've not sent their details. Please, if you paid and you've not sent your details, let's have your detail as quickly as possible, evidence of payment, so that we will not give out your seats to somebody else. We still have some spaces, so if you still want to be part of it, you can make your payment and do that as quickly as possible. I tell you, you will get the best of Bishop in these 2 weeks. Normally, the Bishop of Pips, it charges as much as $500, $1,000 for a 5-hour session. So getting this one is like a give back. Let me see, Bishop. What's happening? Okay, let me ask this while we still wait. Is there anybody that is in the advanced class? The advanced class holds physically. Sorry, online. Can we get the previous training videos on the chat box? Yes, we've posted the last 3 days trainings on the chat box. In the chat, in the various chats. Look at the chat box where you belong to. How can I delete indicator in my MT4? Oh, you saw him, he just did it right here in our presence. But if you watch it back again, you can see it. Is the advanced class holding online too or physically? Yes, it is holding online. There is no room for physical training now. Let's all get used to that fact. There is no room. Before you can have physical training anywhere now, it's going to take a while. So all trainings are done. Okay, Bishop Raj, I think I'm seeing. Yes, it's good. It's reconnecting shortly. So it's going to reconnect. Is there anyone from the advanced class? Maybe you peeped into this class. Can you just type your name if you've attended the advanced class, the professional class, and you are here? Can I see? Okay, Bishop Brad back. Okay, all right. Okay, Bishop, you are host now.
All right, thank you, sir. And I'm sorry, everyone. My internet service provider just, you understand what I'm saying? I don't need to complete it. So let's move on with what we're doing. So sorry, back to the screen. And if you asked any question before, it would have wiped off my system, so I can't see it. But I can see Kathy there asking, can somebody make profit in Forex now that most nations are going into, you know, maybe like recession? The truth is nothing concerns Forex with recession or no recession, right? Somebody, even in this lockdown, right? Somebody is making money. This is one business that you whether price is going up or price is coming down, you can make profit. What the most important thing for you is to know, is price going up or is price coming down? That is what you need to know. What is price doing? So look at gold, for instance. Today, the moving averages did what? Cross to the upside. Look at the blue crossing the red to the upside. And anybody that has bought will simply have made money from gold. That moving average crossed since yesterday, and gold has been buying. You see that long candle there? It happened in my very before eyes, right? We're there today. I and Mr. Shola were in a Zoom meeting like this when that candle happened, right? So I took the buy from this place here, and by the time we got somewhere here, I got out and we're talking, and we just saw this massive move. I felt like entering into the ground, but no problem. The market will always be there tomorrow if you miss one. Now let's go to the laptop now. For those of you who are using laptop, I've shown you. Please go through the videos. You will learn a lot from them. Let's go now to the laptop. For those of you using laptop, and how you can do this on your laptop, right? So if you're using MT4 on the laptop, right? Let's have using MT4 on the laptop. This is what we're going to do. For on the laptop, what I'll need you to do, if you log into your laptop MT4 for the very first time, in fact, it might be looking so clumsy. Look something like this, right? So let me just make like this, not as clean and sweet as mine. right? So remember when we're at two arrows, one pointing up and down, look at it here, we call it the market watch, right? It's there. If for any reason you don't find any currency there, just simply right click and say show all. Show all. And all the things will appear. So here on my screen, you can see just the way we saw in the other one. You can see oil and some other things, right? So how do we add indicators? Simply come up, see my cursor moving there. Come up there, you see insert, go to indicators and come to trend. You see moving average. You can see that indicators, insert, indicators, trend, right? You can see it again, it's recorded. So just simply click on moving average, 13 moving average. This one is going to be 13, simple moving average. And the color we had before was color blue, right? So let's maintain our blue, right? And we okay. Fine, the blue line has appeared again on the screen. Then you repeat the same process, just like we did when it was the phone. You press the F button, right? So here I'll be going to insert again indicators. We'll go to trend and we'll go to move. And this time we'll be changing this number to 50. We'll be changing this number to 50 and we'll change our color to red, right? Just like we had on the phone. We change it to red. We change it to red, and then we'll simply say okay. Right? We simply say okay. Right. So with this, you can see that Euro USD you saw on the phone where we had like $100 and something. How did we arrive there? The blue crossed the red. The blue is the one with the smaller number, right? That is your signal line. That blue is your signal line. Look at this point. Once the blue crossed the red here, you are buying. Once the blue come back and cross the red down, you are selling. I'll annotate so that you can see, right? Watch this. The blue crossed the red down, you are selling. And look at price is dropping down. The blue crossed the red up, price is going up. So these two things are the indicators that simply tell you when to buy and when to sell. Now, if you had followed this indicator, this is the 5 minutes time frame. If you had simply followed this indicator and sold when it told you to sell right about here, this is 6:45 by my computer time and by my MT4 time, and that is about that's 6:45 here is 4. Okay, let's even make it 7 o'clock here. That makes it 5 o'clock Nigerian time. If you had entered for a sell from here and you held this trade until you got here, you would have made 55 pips. 55 pips is equivalent to $5.50, equivalent to $556, equivalent to now the Calabar take come river, now we take fetch water, right? So the amount that this number of pips will amount to depends on the amount of money you invested and the risk that you are taking in the business, right? So here you can see it giving you information on how to buy and sell. Here's another one again, right? It crossed up to the upside. Immediately that cross happened here. Boom. You are going in for a buy. This would have given you well over 74 pips, right? So the crossing of this thing is the information you need to take your decision. Now I'm going to be giving us an assignment, and I want you 160 something people. And unfortunately, even if all of you are interested in the masterclass, I can't afford to have more than 50 people. So I hope people interested master class. The last hard to tell some people to spell, right? Because what we're giving you in the master class, some places you pay as much as who will be at home idle. How can we engage them and also impact the society, right? So this is the assignment we're going to do. If your name starts, your surname starts from A down to K. If your surname starts from A down to K, go to your MT4 and look for the pair G, B, T, U, S, D, right? U from L down to Zachariah. Look for A, U, D, C, A, D. This is Great British Pound, United States dollars. This Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, right? And this is the assignment I'm giving you. Once it is 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, I need you to ensure that your phone or your laptop is open and you are close to it, right? Once you see a cross between the buy, once you see a cross to the downside, sell. That's your assignment, right? So for those of you using the laptop, how do you buy and how do you sell? You simply come up here, you see new order. So you have to open, for those of you doing GBP USD, come here, you see GBP USD, right? Just GBP and drag it onto the screen. You can see one small box on the cursor. Drop it into the screen and it changes to GBP USD straight up, right? Look up here, you see GBP USD. So now what you need to do is that you just click up here, you notice new order. You click on it and open a new order. So if it is crossing downward, you just simply click on sell. If it's crossing upward, you just simply click on buy. That is all. You click on sell, you click on buy. Whatever it does, be watching it. You are not going to close the trade tomorrow. Just take it, right? When we come tomorrow, we'll be knowing the result. So, and I want you people to be watching it. If you see red, it means you are losing money. If you see blue, it means you are making money. And you are using it on your demo account called demonstration account. So don't bother. I want you to come back tomorrow. You tell us, okay, I saw red. After a while, it went to blue. After a while, I saw red again. That is the information we want to get from you. We just want you to try your hands. Watch this video. We're going to post this video tonight. Even if it is 1 a.m., it will be posted and it will be dropped in the WhatsApp group. I can see that there are about 160 people here, but only like 20 of you have subscribed to that channel, right? You need to go to that YouTube channel. I think it was yesterday night, we posted the 3 videos so far. Posted again. You have to go there and click on subscribe because there are some other free videos that will be coming your way. And when you click on subscribe bell, it will ask you what type of notification, personalized or click all, so that if there's any information we are sending, some videos, you can go there and watch them. That is the use of subscribing. Now, this is how you do it. You just open. We just want to see you doing this. Remember that these 2 lines are the ones giving us the information that we need to buy and sell, right? I will do this on the phone too. I'll do this on the phone before we wrap up. However, the guys in our master class, right, have even a better tool that they use, right? They have even a better tool that they use. Why? Because this moving average, sometimes it will be confusing you. Look at this place. You cross down, you sell. You cross up, you buy. You cross down, you what? Which one are you doing? Right? Sometimes you want to be sure of what you want to do. We have this tool, a combination of tools that can tell you what to do. Look at this point here. It told us sell, and look at we just sold, right? It came here again and told us buy. Look at how the price went up. It came up here again. It says sell. Look at how the price came down, right? It came up here. It told us buy. Look at how the price went up, right? We use this tool and we teach how to use this tool in the master's class, the professional class. And in hooking up with the master's class, where we'll take you deeper. There's a limit to what we can teach you in 1 week. I tell you, even if not dry cleaner work, you won't learn. You know, go feel learner in 1 week, except you won't pour too much starch for somebody's clothes. So you can't learn everything here in 1 week. Well, we'll just give you the tip bits. So let's move back to our phone. The next thing you'll be seeing right now will be that of the phone. So those of you using phone, how do you take your trade? How do you take your trade? That is what we'll be back to now. Just give me a just a minute. I'm having a slight lag. All right. Okay. So here you have the phone. So simple. For those of you between A and K, you are supposed to go look for GBP USD. So what you simply do is you click on this place and go to GBP USD. Look at it on my own screen. You can see GBP USD on my screen, right? You simply, that is it there. You simply click on GBP USD and your chart changes to GBP USD. And notice we've been selling GBP USD, right, all throughout since yesterday. We've been selling GBP USD. Simple information. I want you to put something in the chat. Put something in the chat box. What I don't know is bigger than me. What is bigger than me? What you don't know is bigger than you. It's not everybody that is sitting that is doing Yahoo Yahoo, right? It's not everybody that is doing that is doing Yahoo. The world has gone beyond rent, we say, right? You can also do a lot of things from your house, right? So how do you enter a trade here? Notice at the top of my screen, the last part of my screen, the very last part of my screen, right? You notice there is one plus. That plus is looking like a plus inside a book, right? Just click on that plus, right? You just click on that plus. Once you click on that plus, look at the down and a sell. So you simply just do that. If the thing is telling you buy, buy. If it's telling you sell, you sell. That is, if the cross is telling you to buy, you simply buy. If the cross is telling you to sell, you simply sell. Right. So that is what we need to do. You just, like in this case, GBP USD, let's assume I want to click on buy. I'll just click on buy. Once you click on buy on your screen, as you can see, it says order open, right? And now on my screen, you can see a buy in going on in GBP USD. That one means it is red. It means I'm losing. The one down there is blue. It means I'm in money. Don't bother about winning. Don't bother about winning. Now, you don't know anything to understand whether it is winning. Leave that one. We'll give you more information for now, just out to sport, and I say from 7 p.m. a.m. begin to watch it. It will most likely happen between 7 and 10. If it doesn't happen between 7 and 10, then come back again around 12:30. It will happen between 12:30 and 3 or 4 o'clock. You definitely get a signal to pull the trigger. And that is what I want you guys to do. I'll be expecting many of you might not meet again. I'll be expecting many of you in the professional class, right? So I told you to act, and you need to know that, right? Somebody is saying the audio is not too good. Is it from me or your laptop or your own internet? Open like that. You wait for it to cross now. If it's not open, you wait for it to cross. You have to wait. Right. All right. So, Mr. Shola, thank you so much. I need to go to the professional class right now. Kindly take it over, sir.
Okay, thank you, the Bishop of Thebes. Thank you for that awesome presentation. Let's celebrate Bishop. Just put a 777 in the chat box. Put a 777 in the chat box. Let's celebrate him. Always takes his time to ensure that people get it. And I want to tell you for free, for those of you, if you did, I know the audio was not good. It wasn't too good, but you can, what you will do is, when you listen to the recording, it will be better there. It will not be as breaking as this stuff here now. So you can go, we can go to that, to the recording, and then you watch it. Please do yourself that favor. Watch from day 1 till date. The ones you are using to spend, the time you are spending on what they call it, to watch all these COVID-19 video that people will send, and it's enough for you to watch this. And please, let's do this for ourselves. Let's educate ourselves. It's just important. The world is not going to be the same again, but you can change. So we appreciate if you can go there. Then for those of you that will be opportune to take advantage of those discounted costs in the training for the 2 weeks, it's a 2 weeks training, 2 weeks, and for 10,000 naira, it's too cheap for you to miss. So I want to encourage you, try as much as possible. Make sure you make payments. For those that have made payment that are yet to put up their names, send their names to the instructor, to the admin, please do so that we don't give out your space to somebody else. And I tell you, it's going to be for that assignment that we have been given. It's a way you can test it. Just test it. It's your phone. Make any mistake, then nobody will arrest you for making mistake. So I say, how do I download MT4 on my laptop? I think it was explained, and there's a video there that you can get it on in the group chat. So please, I beg of you, practice this thing. Let's make, in South Africa, this thing is like what almost every youth is doing. It's not a brainer at all. And look at Nigeria here. Only very few people know how to do this thing well. Please, we can't have enough trainers in Nigeria. You get to know this thing. When you know it, you will be an instrument of change. You will be teaching other people also to be able to do this thing. So let's know it. You will train your children. How can you get this kind of information and your children will be applying for, I beg to apply somewhere? Please, if not for your own sake, for the sake of your family, for the sake of your children, get this knowledge. It's not, nobody says it's going to be easy, but is it going to be worth it? Yes, it is worth it. It is worth it. It's not up to the time that you spend in the work that you are doing. I tell you, most of us, I told you before this time, I've been on quarantine since in my house, and I'm still on quarantine. I will still be on quarantine because I don't want, what am I going to do outside? Everything I'm doing it right on my phone in my house. 6 hours of Zoom. We are just gisting, eating, and zooming ourselves in the making money online. We traded gold, traded different things. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you can do. It is, I tell you, Joshua, it is worth it. I won't deceive you. It is worth it. So let's just get it going. So if you have not gone for that, paid for that advanced class, try as much as possible. Go ahead, do the payment. We get you going. It's starting on Monday. It's going to be for 2 weeks. It's going to be for 2 weeks. As we speak now, is there anything to register? I didn't get the assignment. It is worth it. Okay, to register, just pay it's 10,000 naira for the 2 weeks training. Can I pay on Monday if there's still space, which I doubt, but if there's space, no problem. But for now, I think it's almost getting filled. So can I pay for the advanced class when I haven't understand the this one? Yes. You see, almost everything that we did here, we first of all be repeated in the first 2 days. Everything that we've done here will be repeated within the first 2 or 3 days of the advanced class. Because in the advanced class, we assume zero knowledge, so that everyone can, what is the essence? For 2 weeks, you don't know where we are. You won't do, because all those, the two, let me show you. Look at this tool. I think Bishop was showing us some things on this. I tell you, these are, let me see, sorry. Yeah, these are powerful tools. You know, these things, they tell you buy, sell, and you just sit down and take this stuff. Look at this is something we call the harmonic pattern. I don't know, he didn't mention it. He won't have the time to explain all this. So this one tells me, I said, once you can identify this arrow, once you can identify this arrow is going up, what is it telling you to do? Buy. What's this arrow telling you? Say sell. And then there are some other conditions that will be met for you to. So trading has been made more beautiful and more, interesting these days. All right. So please, let's get on it. Let me see. Are there any other questions? Is there any other question? Can we get the video tonight because of poor network? Yes, it will be uploaded. What of those that can meet? Okay, sir, can I pay for the advanced class when I haven't? Okay, I've taken that. I have paid for the advanced class. What next? If you have paid, please send the details of your payment. Send the details of your payment.